listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever.
For all things Pelicans, now tuned into the Pelican postgame report. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in another episode of the Pelican postgame report. Much love to the flock, man. We up in this thing, man. Pelicans absolutely routed by OKC 106-88. The losing streak continues as predicted. They're now on a 6-game losing streak. Pelicans fall to 3-9, 1-5 on the road. They do return to New Orleans for a matchup in the NBA Cup style of things that begins this Thursday. I think it's Thursday or Friday, rather. I think it's Friday. Let me make sure I get my dates right. Yeah, it is Friday. Friday against the Nuggets in the Smoothie King Center. Might be another problem. But anyway, I'm Big Q. We got DC. Lex in here right now. DC will be chiming in a little later. Not good. Not good. Not good. But shout out to you guys. Thank you, Michael. Why don't we double team? Bro, I was thinking, I was like, why are they letting that man cook? But thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you. You're fuck too kind.
All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Lex. Welcome on in. Do you have a headache? What's going on here? What's happening? Did the Pelicans give you a headache today?
They didn't. I'm actually feeling better because I was under the weather. You know, from last time, remember? Because
that's right. That's right. I thought it was the Pelicans making you sick like that. That's what I thought the hell was going on. My bad.
No, I went to practice and yeah. Well, no, actually, games on Saturday, and some kids were not feeling too great, so I picked something up from them.
Did you use some elderberry?
Huh?
Did you get some elderberry?
Je ne sais pas.
No. No. We got DC's here. Maybe he can translate. DC, go Pels, man. How you doing, bro? Appreciate it.
What's going on, DC? DC in the building.
How you doing, DC?
What's up, man? I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing, bro.
All right. Yeah. Passive Trucker said, I think Lex might have a little bird flu caused by the Pelicans. That's what's going on here. Pelicans making everything.
She's trying to be modest, you know.
No,
Pelicans
everybody
making
up in
everybody
here knows that. Look, I'm a basketball person. Shoot, I had 2 basketball things on today. So look, this is just more basketball.
Lex,
I know that's why you sick right now, because you're a
Pelicans is making
and you gotta watch the Pelicans.
It's definitely
your immune system would have
so I'm getting better now. So why aren't they getting better?
DC, give us some island cures, bro. DC, what's a good cure for if you got a little flu? What's the touch of that down there in Ireland?
I don't have no
golden milk, man.
What?
Did you say
golden milk?
Yes. Goat's milk?
Milk and golden.
Did you say goat's milk?
Golden.
You hear DC talking with his accent?
I know.
Like
Yeah.
I like
Jill,
your
Jill
accent,
Scott,
man.
living my life like I'm golden. Golden.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Nice, Jill freaking Scott now.
Taking
Okay.
my freedom.
All right. Here's Willie to make y'all even sicker. Here we go. Here's Willie.
But oh dang.
Why
It
he
ain't
look so
golden
happy?
now.
He got glee and joy in his eyes. For what?
Yeah,
We
I
can't
did
hear
too,
him, Big Q.
Stacey. Yeah.
But my
Those
message to our
games,
team
too.
was
You can turn it back down.
guys are competing, they're playing hard, they're playing together. Now it's about trying to put together a 48-minute game. We did it for 55, 60% of the game, and you got to do it for closer to 80, 100% of the game. And when we do, we'll give ourselves a better chance. But some positives out of this game,
Yes.
but the biggest thing is the turnovers killed us.
Yeah, and to your earlier point,
Among other things.
Mm-hmm.
The fast break points killed your ass.
That was because of the
some
turnovers.
of the turnovers were just mistakes on our part, and then some of it was this is what they do as a team. They're one of the top teams
really?
at turning their opponents over. They're
What did your team
extremely
do, Willie?
handsy, putting hands on you, slapping down.
Yep.
And so
Team
you got to be really strong with the ball, and they create transition opportunities once they turn you over, which those are the two areas that kind of hurt us tonight.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of pressure on Bi playing with these lineups,
Yeah.
trying to bring guys along without getting turnovers tonight. What are you kind of seeing from him right now with all the attention he's getting and figuring out how to score?
Yeah, it's a part of what he has to go through. He's been fantastic as we go through this as a team. He understands what we're facing night in and night out. He'll see double teams, triple teams at time. They'll blitz him and pick and rolls, and he's handling it, pretty, decent. Tonight wasn't his best, but we all understand the scenario that he's in, and we just got to continue to push through it.
How tough is it? You have different lineups up there. You guys know one part of the play, this part of the play, and trying to kind of do this on the fly while trying to get all these lineups to kind of work at the same time.
There's challenges within it all. That's a part of accepting the responsibility to be a leader and a coach on the team. And when we go in the locker room, when we suit up for games, we don't make excuses. We get an opportunity to step on this floor and get after it together. And we just got to continue to work at it. I thought
we don't make
first half we
excuses,
came
hand
out
adjustments.
with
You
a
mean the
nice
A-word?
punch. And then we couldn't sustain it. So now it's about continuing to work towards.
Cut it off, DC. Let me hear what the
sustaining
man got
48-minute
to say,
game.
bro.
He ain't saying nothing.
And he's right. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Talk, boy.
We just talk about, when you go through adversity like we're going through, it's building you for something greater. And that's the focus is let's be consistent in our approach every day. Let's continue to step on the floor with joy and work at it. Obviously, we're going to feel the losses, the whole team. These guys care. They compete, our whole staff. That's a part of the game. And then the next day, we're all making a commitment to come in and
Get out there with joy. You heard him.
continue to attack the day.
And one of the things we're seeing Trey Johnson,
I'm telling you, Q, we got to trade for Giannis, bro. That's the only thing they can say you will. You the only player I know play with joy and smile while you playing.
He's been fantastic, high character, very intelligent. He adds a refreshing component to our team. He's a leader. He's boisterous, and then when he steps on the floor, he's a physical presence.
A lot of joy.
He's talking on defense. He's kind of knocking guys around, getting rebounds, and
With
Wait,
force.
who you
tonight
talking
was a
about?
game we thought he could come in and impact the game in a positive way. He did that.
What? Who impacted
Yeah.
the game in a positive way today?
See, DC, if you'd have been quiet and listened, you'd have heard.
It don't make sense. We lost. How they impact the game in a positive
Yeah,
way?
that's important. That's a big part of the game.
Still
that we
lose
missed.
and have
We missed
fun.
some transition opportunities. They had only seven turnovers for 4 points, and that's a big part of being able to get out in transition. Is getting steals, getting deflections, being able to get out in the break. They did that to us, and it led to There are 34 transition opportunities, 34 transition points. So it's an area that we continue to talk about with our team. We watch it, and we just try to continue to be better at it. All right.
See, the problem is you trying to talk with your shit. You don't know nothing instead of listening, huh?
I'm listening.
Okay? No. I get $40,000, man, and I dare motherfucker to.
All right, here we go, man. Big ups to y'all.
Did Gregory just smack Willie Green?
With joy and the force. All right, so big ups to y'all. Thank y'all for being in the stream. Please feel free to hit the like button, man. They about to end the press conference right there, man. Big ups to you guys. Appreciate
what
y'all.
else needs to be said, man? Why we even have a press conference after this game?
Because it's tradition, okay, DC?
What did they say? Open and shut case, Johnson. You know that old phrase, bro? Like it went exactly how we thought it was gonna go.
Who is Johnson? What are you talking about?
Nah, it's just a phrase, man. I think it come from a movie clip. I don't remember what movie that is, but
What movie? What are you talking about, man?
It was an old phrase alluding to it's like talking about a crime that was committed, and somebody get caught as open and shut case.
DC, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Okay, let's head right. Okay, let's head to the stats because DC going crazy over there.
What are the stats?
All right, here we
go. On before you read them.
I'm sorry, no, I don't have them there in my
You're
car.
gonna go blind watching this shit. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I'll be blind.
Are we giving early comments about the interview? Is that
Lex, just a second. Let me go ahead. You do a little stat prattling right quick, and then I'll turn it.
We gotta go to the coach's corner, right? So you gotta let Lex talk about.
The coach's corner. That's right.
It's so funny, y'all crazy.
The coach's corner.
I was like, y'all, get your comic relief out. I mean, I got comic relief too.
Hold on.
A bit harsher though.
Hold on. We'll go to Lex coach's corner momentarily. Let's hit these stats first. The Pelicans tonight, 34 of 86 for 39.5%. The OKC Thunder, 39 of 88 for 44.3%. Pelicans almost got 40 attempts. Unfortunately, only hit 9 for 37 from downtown for 24.3%. OKC 15 3-pointers, 15 of 39 for 38.5%. The Pelicans did get to the foul line 17 times, hit 11 of 17 for just under 65%. OKC 13 of 16 for 81.3. Pelicans did have almost 60 rebounds, 21 offensive boards. So if anything, that is a bright spot, if anything.
That's amazing.
But unfortunately, that's all it was. 21 assists by the Pels versus 20 by OKC. The steals were off the chain ridiculous. 16 stinking steals by OKC versus 3 by the Pelicans. They beat the Pels with blocks 7-4. The turnovers was absolutely ridiculous. OKC had 7 turnovers on the night with 4 points conceded off versus the Pelicans. 24 turnovers.
24?
24 turnovers with 29 points conceded off the turnovers. That's not it, Lex.
I mean, is this preseason?
It's 34 fast break points by OKC versus 2. 34 to 2.
We had 21 assists though.
42 to 42 in points in the paint. And yes, the really sticking point is 34 to 2 on fast break points. 24 turnovers to 29 points given off of that. And the Pelicans' bright spot was the 58 rebounds. So that was a positive. And then
you want to know what that jumps out at me, Q?
Oh, just a second, DC. Let me get through this, brother, and then I'll turn it over to you.
What did you say? 58 rebounds?
58 rebounds.
They had more rebounds than the OKC?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we were stat padding a little bit. We had 21 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, they had 17 more rebounds than they had 17 more rebounds than the OKC Thunder tonight. 58 to 31. Ingram led the Pelicans with 18 points in 35 minutes, 7 of 18 from the field. He had 4 3-pointers today, finished with 6 assists, 6 rebounds to go along with that. 14 points by Trey Murphy in 26 minutes, 4 of 12 from the field, 2 of 8 from downtown, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Trey, 10 for Yves in 26 minutes. He was 5 for 5. He finished with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists for him, 8 for Brandon Boston in 31 minutes, 3 of 10 from the field, 0 of 2 from downtown, perfect from the charity stripe. He almost had a double-double as well. 8 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block for him. Also, he had 6 turnovers in the game. B.I. had 8 turnovers to go along with that, by the way. 11 points off the bench for Jamal Cain in 19 minutes, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, 4 rebounds to go along with that, 5 from Jeremiah Robinson there with 6 rebounds, 6 points by Jalen Noel, 8 from Antonio Reeves in 26 minutes of action. Jalen Noel had 8 points. Trey Jimerson had 6 and 8 rebounds in 18 minutes of games. Daniel Tice did not play. Reeves finished with 6 points and 8 of and of course, the other guys, they were big. Jalen Williams, 31 points, 7 assists, 6 boards, 4 steals for him. 29 for SGA, 29 points. He was plus 18, plus 13 for Jalen Williams in 33 minutes. The guy was awesome. 5 assists to go along, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 5 boards. And they basically carried the day for OKC. This is ridiculous. As OKC just routed the Pelicans. 6 straight losses in a row for the Pelicans right now in this route. Lex, DC, whoever wants to start first.
Well, I don't have much to say. I just want to point out the stat that jumped out at me. I was amazed, man, when I saw that we was able to lead the game by 12 points. That's all I got, Q.
Okay, that was early on. Okay,
That
Lex, we're
went
gonna
over
go.
my head. Like, huh? What did you say?
We're gonna go to the coach's corner with Lex. Lex, floor is yours.
Um,
We're gonna put you on.
word.
Hold on, Lex. Hold on, let me give you center screen.
No,
Hold on.
don't do that.
What you talking about, girl?
Look, I'll be
This
like,
this the new coaching. This the new coach. The coaching corner, Lex. You got the screen behind.
"Oh, you going to what? No.
Oh, I'm gonna put a banner up too. Hold on.
Huh?
I'm gonna put a banner up.
No.
No banner.
You don't need no banner. But deja vu, man. Deja vu. It's the same game plan. I do want to read something that I saw on Twitter, and I thought it was pretty funny. Shout out to
Okay.
Crawfish King. He said Willie Green's offensive set is everybody stand still while we play 2-man basketball. Remember, don't help or move. It'll work. That was such a great tweet.
Damn. God damn. You know another stat that jumped out at me, Q? I was so eager to talk about that stat. I looked at the player stats. You know what jumped out to me? That Yves Mises had 10 points. And he only attempted 5 shots, and they ain't go back to him. You can go. He never missed a shot. And we just
are you serious? You actually put like
Go ahead, Lex.
I'm just now seeing it.
That was the adjustment for halftime.
Thank you.
Do not give Yves Mises the ball in the paint anymore. You hear me?
No.
All right, 1, 2, 3, win. Go Pels.
You missed that, DC. There was no A word.
1, 2, 3, win.
No A word.
1, 2, 3, lose. Go Pels.
I say deja vu because there's a few things. I want to point this out. Brandon's game was deja vu. In the last game, he had 20 points. In the second half, he scored 2 points. In this game, he had 18 points in the first half, and in the second half, he only scored 3. It was deja vu. What does that mean?
You're not learning.
They're shutting down Brandon in the second half. They let him cook, or if you want to call that cooking, they let him do whatever he does in the first half. Then the opponent team does the A word, and we're going to see this a lot. I don't know if y'all noticed. That's why deja vu. If you look at how these games are going, they're going to go the same way. What happened? It's a tale of 2 halves. What happened in the first half? The game started, everybody was okay. They were hanging around each other. The second half came. Guess who turned it up a notch? The opponent team. Guess who turned up their energy? The opponent team. Yeah. Guess who turned up their energy? They defensive prowess.
Williams.
Everybody was deflecting the ball. Yeah. Williams, 2 blocks back to back. Pretty just crazy that even happened. Shea blocked I think he blocked JRE right in front of the basket, and then came down, they got the ball to the wing, they pushed it. SGA was pushing pace and everything. It got back to him in the middle, and he went up and scored right in front of the basket. Like there was no pushback or anything. Deja vu. That's my other word. So we got the A word and we got deja vu. All right. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing the same things, like Willie said in his last presser in the last loss. Like, hey, we're going to continue to do the same things. Like, y'all, he was serious. He was serious. with every breath of his body. You know what I'm saying? The depth of his diaphragm. Okay. He was serious. There were no plays. There was a lot of standing around, one-on-one. Trey, Brandon. One thing I will say about Brandon was playing like he was defeated. He gave up. You could tell.
They usually do that against those OKC when Dort's there.
Green hustled back to get the ball. There was a fumble on the ball in the half court. And, he passed it to Brandon. Brandon kind of gave him a not so great pass. It was deflected. Green hustled, in backcourt because OKC touched it. He hustled to get it back. Brandon stayed where he was. He stayed in that same spot. And, obviously Green needed someone to pass it to. He passed it to Brandon because Brandon wasn't coming to the ball, wasn't engaged or anything.
The guy jumped in front of him.
They threw an outlet pass and it was a dunk.
Yep.
And that wasn't the only play. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of it. I mean, if people look at you as the leader, how do you think that makes people feel? Like Green busted his butt to try to save the possession. Like one thing that we can't have is some players on the team working hard, trying to do what they can, and then you have some players that are not. You can't have that. It's like, hey guys, like I guess you're okay. You have some guys that are okay with losing because, well, we're gonna lose anyway. I ain't trying to fight too much. But that's not really a good mentality. It really isn't, especially when your teammates are out there. You have some teammates out there that are trying to make something happen. And that's one thing that this team is really, really lacking is low energy levels, low hustle. And we thought it was bad when Jose was in the game. With Jose out, Jose offered a lot of energy. But we've said many a times, like, we can't depend on, 5'8" Jose to provide the energy for this team. Just like we talk about with rebounding has to be collective. We don't have that one strong rebounder. So the team collectively has to rebound. Same thing with energy. Collectively, the whole team has to bring that energy. It has to be there. Like, in order to even have a chance to winning, that is something that you cannot measure. And I continue to say that over and over and over again. Obviously in the second half, there's no other gear. Discipline was just lost. Guys couldn't catch the ball. They couldn't pass the ball. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying?
I don't have a rebuttal.
No, these are basic basketball things.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's like guys can't throw down in the post. And let me talk about those 58 rebounds.
It's all normal to me for the team I've been watching.
Well, I mean, for 58 rebounds, So they out-rebounded OKC.
You know, a lot of those was off misses, and we got, you know, like some putbacks or 3 attempts at a putback.
58-31.
21 offensive rebounds. We can't overlook that.
I was really tired of the team shooting jump shots. I'm like, can you all just slash into the lane and just or throw a lob down low?
We're not fast.
You know, just get the big guys, because every time they went down there, OKC was fouling the big men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, why are we trying to play the small ball game? They don't have any size.
We don't have faith in our big guys to shoot free throws, Lex.
But they have a better small ball game. They have a better small ball. And they were fouling the big men. Like, get the ball to them. Tell them, look, keep the ball high. These are basic fundamentals. Keep the ball high and go up strong and dunk it, or kind of lay it in, whatever's best. But that would have helped have a game plan.
Lex,
I think that's what we're all trying to look for.
That would help. That's why we're not going to do it.
All right, DC with the sarcasm, bro. Come on,
I'm just
bro.
saying, anything that would help, or anything that's obvious, or anything that we can point out tonight that makes sense to do, you know, we won't do it. This is what we're going to do what you have been seeing us do.
Slim,
we will not change. Wait, what game is it? It's
Willie clearly is not going to.
We got 8 more games, Lex. We got 8 more games before we see a new wrinkle. Every 10 games.
Well, you know what I see right now. You know how I'm saying deja vu.
Turn the ball over for another 8 games. Go ahead.
I don't know when the next win is going to come. I really don't. But I'm really like, does anybody remember last season how Detroit was?
Yeah, I remember.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh Lord. That ain't good.
Where'd you think I was going, Big Q?
Shit.
How many did they lose?
I thought you was going to clean house. That's
but it was a lot. Look, in my 21 Savage voice, a lot.
Bro.
I'm sorry. Okay. That's what I'm seeing, man.
I mean, look at Willie. Look at Willie, Lex. You see him up there talking?
Conviction.
Does that look like a man that's about to do anything you just said?
His
job, he look like he's looking for answers.
He has no pressure on him right now. Exactly. He has no pressure on him at all. He is calm, cool, and collected. And that's dangerous because right now,
but Lex, he's the captain of the ship.
Being defeated.
But he can't show. He is
showing it. He's showing everything I need
to see.
I'm saying, listen.
You listen to his voice. He's calm. That dude is too cool. He's
but
like,
I'm saying, but
we just got to stay together.
Right. But when stuff is going crazy, he's been trained that, hey man, let's just keep it together, and we're gonna make it through this.
I'm starting to think that's
yeah, that's who he is. You very rarely gonna get that.
That's not something that he's being coached on. This dude said we just got to keep doing what we doing. Oh Lord,
that's some shit Dennis Allen said.
That's what this dude said.
Exactly. And you know what? They fired Dennis Allen, Big Q. So
doing the same thing.
They're gonna fire Willie Green. That's why I said he's gonna get fired at the end of the season. As much as we want him gone, I don't think they're gonna fire another coach in the middle of the season. You gotta understand, this is the same owner. Gail said people, they said people was going crazy over the Saints.
Okay.
How many people are
why?
Crazy over the Pelicans like that?
Not yet, quite. Unfortunately,
on Gail,
Yeah, but why though?
Why what?
Why?
Why they not going crazy?
No, why would they not fire in the middle of the season?
Because that ain't historically with our ownership and just
the football team.
They don't do that.
It's not the same.
That's the first time they've ever did that in the history.
Okay, well, you know what? This will be the second. Yeah, because the thing is,
I hope you're right. I just don't see it. That's why Willie's so calm. I'm trying to explain his calm demeanor. he know he's not getting fired. So let's.
I
figure
thought he
this
bought
out.
something. I thought he bought something from DC. That's why I thought he was
Man,
calm. But
he acted
His eyes
like
not red.
he has job security, but man, deja vu. It's the same thing. It's like dude is not making any type of changes. No changes at all. It's like, all right, let's keep doing what we're doing. I mean, I have my job, so I'm not concerned. It's like, dude, this dude is not a winner. He's not a winner. He's not trying.
that's
It's
a
like
little hardcore, man.
no,
That's
it's
a little
not.
hard. That's a little man from Detroit.
Not a
Mercy.
winner. Look at that face.
He's from Detroit. Mercy.
I don't care where he's
What's that
from.
got to do with him being a winner?
Man, he don't even represent Detroit well.
Damn.
He's from Detroit. Mercy.
Look.
Lord have mercy.
Big Q, you represent New Orleans very well. You know what I'm saying? But
DC represents Jamaica very well.
Not represent where he's from at all.
I mean, but when they hired Willie Green. Willie Green is
because he was cheap.
Because he was cheap. Exactly. He was a cheap coach.
He accepted the crumbs, the grift.
But the reality is that Willie Green probably wasn't going to get a head coaching job anywhere else. I mean,
well, you know what? It's funny because everybody was talking about Willie Green as far as with Griff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Griff, have you tried interviewing Willie Green? Maybe you should try him out. Man, that was a setup. That was a setup.
Well, they tried to get Jacques Vaughn. They wanted.
Be like, dog, they suckered you.
They wanted Vaughn.
Actually, I think they let Brandon Ingram pick, to be honest.
All right.
Brandon Ingram was out there at the playoff games and all of that. Sitting courtside with Willie, and they had like a whole little layout of wooing him. And when we hear about it, it was Josh Hart and Brandon Ingram that really didn't like Stan Van Gundy. You never heard a lot about Zion, not like Stan Van Gundy. So they got him out of that.
But
he talked about Van Gundy.
What he said?
Van Gundy reminds him of his stepdad. His stepdad's older, and he reminded him of Coach K.
Yeah, but
that was the best. That was the best year we had.
But DC, come on, bro. Stan Van Gundy's gone. We got Willie Green.
No. I'm not saying that to say that. I'm saying that to say Brandon Ingram was brought in and helping pick the next coach. And when you saw the whole Willie Green thing, I've seen Brandon Ingram at the Suns game and all of that. And they talk about them going to dinner together. Didn't hear a whole lot about Zion. I heard Mr. Lee come out and speak about how, oh man, they found a diamond in the rough in Willie and he's an excellent coach and this and that. But I didn't really hear that from Zion during the hiring process or immediately after he was hired. So this is a coach that they picked because he was cheap. And Brandon Ingram liked him.
Yeah, because they have similar traits. And plus, with his mentality, Willie Green is really invested in Brandon. Even with their, the friction that they had in the playoffs, Willie he still had Brandon's back for the most part. Because obviously, Zion was out the whole year, so Willie was reliant on Brandon that whole time.
The whole Pelicans organization was. Zion missed so much time that somebody had to steer the ship, and it was Brandon Ingram. That's why BI feels like he should be compensated for what he did because Zion Williamson
it's not like he was paid like dog.
No. We're saying like he wants the max deal because he put the team on his back. Now, how far it went,
I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying?
So you telling me
he had more of a claim to that than Zion did.
Well, the thing
Zion's
is,
been hurt half the time, right?
you also got Stan fired. Why'd you get him fired? All because his voice was annoying. Because as far as X's and O's, Van Gundy was way better in that department, and that's what this team needs right now.
They need a lot.
Now looking at it, because you got him fired, a dude who was better in X's and O's. You go to Willie in the playoffs against OKC, and you're like, "Hey, I need you to help me out. I need you to help me get open." And you know what Willie Green says to you? And that's not something Stan Van Gundy would say to you. Willie Green told you, you got to figure it out. That was his answer.
He said that a couple
This
of
is the
times.
dude that you wanted. But the dude who would have helped you out, you got him fired. So I don't know, dog. Yeah, you get what you ask for. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's a good.
You want no coach.
I think Karma is a very interesting
Yeah, there you go.
person here. But I
So
mean,
you telling me if BI got fouled the way Zion got fouled, Willie would get a technical foul behind BI?
no, he ain't get no technical foul behind nobody.
Well, I don't believe what y'all saying. That
Somebody can push. Somebody can go and push Willie's son down. He wouldn't. He like, hold on.
Let's think
Use
about
the
this.
force. Use the force to get yourself up.
Let's
son.
think about this, right?
Saint Willie.
Cooler heads will prevail. It
Well,
don't matter that you fouled.
hey,
Calm down.
we'll never know.
I'm not gonna react. We gonna stay calm about this.
You know why, Jake Carval?
Cause Willie thinking he don't want to go to jail and get whooped somebody ass. That's what's going
Man,
on.
somebody pushed my 5-year-old son down. They got to get their ass whooped. What are you talking about?
DC
I
gonna
might
make
have
it.
to go to jail. Like, I mean,
DC gonna use that good tone in their head. That's what he gonna
man,
do.
look, sometimes you got to go to jail, man. You can't be scared to go to jail to stand up
Sometimes
for what's right.
Sometimes you got to
You
turn
can't be
your
scared
music.
to get a technical.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Sometimes you got to turn that musical instrument to an assault weapon.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you this, Big Q. If
He
you
made
use
it
that
clear he
musical
wants to
instrument
keep-
over the top of
keep
the
his
head,
money
right?
in his pocket.
Yes,
He
sir.
wants to keep his money in
again.
his pocket.
Everybody gonna see what you did that one time.
Stephanie says, I have a question. Do y'all really think they were going to win this game against the Thunder, or do you all think they're going to win any of the next 5 games? I would have to say no to that.
Did you hear me say Detroit from last season, Stephanie?
Shout out to Stephanie. I don't see
Yeah, shout out to Stephanie.
What was
the
their losing
game.
streak? How long did they lose?
It's 6 games, not DC.
It was a long. It was a lot.
Detroit.
A lot.
I don't want to think about that.
For the record, Q.
Said,
But
bro,
listen,
stop with the
yeah,
with the Jamaican sarcasm, brother.
Yeah, their game after this, I do believe, is against
Denver.
No, it's not the Lakers, is it? Is it the
It's
Lakers?
Denver.
Okay, Denver,
Yes.
and then the Lakers, and then Mavs, and then Cleveland.
That sounds winnable.
What you think, Stephanie? Oh, and then after that Cleveland game, it's the Warriors.
All right, first of all, well, shout out to Tasha, man. Happy birthday to you, girl. She says, thanks for the gift tonight. My B-day is tomorrow, and y'all lost. And it brought me so much joy.
Birthday to you.
Go ahead, Lex, sing it.
Happy
DC, play your guitar.
Happy birthday to
Get
ya.
your guitar, DC.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya.
Get your guitar, DC.
Birthday to ya. Oh wow.
You're off key, DC. You're off
I
key.
mean, at least come in sync, man.
You supposed to switch it up.
You're supposed to get your damn. You don't want to play his guitar. What's wrong with DC? Never want to get his guitar.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but the next 5 games they played, Denver and Lakers are at home, Dallas and Cleveland on the road, and then Golden State. So between November the 15th and November the 22nd are all these games. So it's what it is. So it is what it is. Hold on, let me give
kind of
Tasha
like
a shout
it's
out
kind of
right
like a winning streak, but the opposite of that.
But
he kind of looked like Willie a little bit.
Okay, who?
Willie and Martin Luther King. They kind of
No, don't say that. You know what?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, in that case, you look like Dennis Allen too.
I mean, Willie Green might have like actions for not wanting
That
to
explains his nonviolence, you know.
He would definitely fit along
Martin
in
Luther
his
King
arm lock here.
Nah, I was
Internet messing with me. So.
Now, see, he ain't know
I hope you enjoyed that. Shout out to Tasha. Big ups to you.
Love.
All right. I'll try to get him to play the guitar, Pelicans. Nola, DC didn't want to play the guitar. So He
What
threatened to beat
guitar?
somebody with it.
Y'all, and you know what? Y'all buy me a guitar, and I'll come on here live and play it.
You got a guitar.
Buy me one.
You already have it. You got a guitar. So
Let's start a buy
you got
DT a guitar fund.
by who's DT?
DC.
I think DC over there. DC got started early, man.
DT is the little dude you be showing on the screen.
I don't know who DT
Dirty
is.
Wine. The little dude you be showing on the dreadlocks.
DC, what was the inspiration for red wine? Could you explain that to us?
Spoon toes.
Okay, spoon. Oh, that's okay. That was early shots.
That
Anyway, all right, thank you. All right, so here's like we said, this is the Pelican schedule. Just looking at the next 6 games: Denver, LA, Lakers, Dallas, Cleveland, and Golden State. The Pelicans could very well.
Golden State is on national television.
It is on that. Then after that, you really not guaranteed to win against the Pacers or Toronto.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's still something, and we'll see what players we get back to get acclimated back into the system, man. But really, the next matchup to focus on as we get ready to get into the preview side of things is the Pelicans matchup. It's a part of the NBA Cup Group Play Series. Denver Nuggets 7-3.
We'll just skip that for the Pelicans.
And the Pelicans 3-9, man. I mean, you never know. That's why they play the games, though, Lex. Let's jump into the preview of this.
If you would have stopped this game at 4 minutes in the first quarter, we would have won.
Carlito says it's going to be a national ass. So DC, start us off with the preview of the matchup, Pelicans and Nuggets in the NBA Cup, the first game in the NBA Cup series. What do you think happens?
Is this a joke?
I'm saying, bro, you never know, man. Seriously,
this is like a rhetorical question, bro.
Anybody could beat anybody, bro. Come on now.
The only way we win this game,
if CJ and Herb come back, so no, I'm reading Stephanie's comment. This team's still gonna be having problems.
Yeah, they're not gonna fix it.
You know what I'm saying?
He gets some more wins.
CJ, look, Boston won't be playing, he'll be coming off the bench, obviously. CJ's gonna be handling the point.
More turnovers.
Oh goodness. Do you all see where this is going?
DeJounte, the only one who could come back and kind of change things significantly where it looked totally different.
DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins, Zion Williamson, and Jose Alvarado. That is the core of your team. All are out right now. So you got Denver.
Hawk should be coming back too, and pretty soon.
So let's talk about the matchup though. What happens here? What do you guys?
They're gonna get their ass kicked unless the Denver Nuggets I think some teams might not take the cup that serious. And I think if you no matter if you win or lose, you still have to play the cup.
You see the games on Tuesday?
Them guys playing for that cup.
Them dudes is balling. Yeah, they like the cup.
So you don't think the Celtics could have really beat Atlanta? They're that much better. Than the Celtics?
Boston lost by 1 point. You act like they got blown out. It's not like they didn't play.
They shouldn't have had a 1 point lead with no trade. With no trade out there, they shouldn't have had a 1 point lead. I think they played with Atlanta a little bit, got sloppy.
They probably did. But the thing is that look,
Dyson Daniels had an awesome game too.
28 points, 7
rebounds, 6 steals.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Shout out to Dice, man. Good to see him looking good out there.
All right, DC, I'm gonna ask you one more time. What happened?
What's up?
I'm gonna ask you about the Denver. That's cool on Dyson Daniels, and that's fine, and that's great. But Dyson's no longer a member of the Pelican squad. So I'm simply asking you.
He's still in my heart, Q.
Hey, so is Cam Reddish. So is Zeke Lozada. So is Shadion Sharp. DC loves.
Why'd you say that when I was drinking some stuff?
DC loves Cam Reddish. He loves Shadion Sharp. He loves DD Lozada. He coined him as the Luka stopper.
He does have a real coach.
So you want to play the guitar? I
do want to say this. Dyson looks a whole lot better under Quinn than he did here.
Well, he playing off ball too. So, he's comfortable.
But the thing is that
Well, he
it's
got to take
consistent.
21 shots.
He's
Never had
actually
that
starting.
opportunity.
Yeah.
He's actually starting.
Yeah, he's a
Right.
big guard. His defense is there. Freddie helped him with his 3-point shot last year. And Quinn is, I mean, the Pelicans basically, his defense has always been there. He's always been a big guard that could play defense. He just didn't have the minutes. They're giving him the minutes to really go there. Coach Fred helped him develop the 3-point shot. So the Pelicans basically got him ready and shipped him out to the Hawks. Yeah, they got him.
It's like we hate BI now, and I watch when we trade BI to a competent coach. He gonna be a 3-level scorer.
But no. We don't hate BI. I don't hate Brandon Ingram.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I hear a lot of the fan base. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about Lex.
I thought you said we. You mentioned we. You start talking French.
I'm speaking as the Pelican fan base. You know, there was over the summer. We got to get BI out of here to get a center. You know,
well,
we're gonna trade BI. He gonna look awesome.
Standpoint too. So
everybody we get rid of that actually has some talent, they go somewhere else and they look great.
Anybody,
we getting them ready for the league, baby.
Jackson Hayes, he's playing consistent minutes. He wasn't doing that here.
No, he wasn't playing consistent minutes. He was too busy
effing around. Come on, we started Jackson Hayes in a playoff series.
No,
he got good enough.
I said the word consistent. I'm talking about out the season and stuff.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying Jackson Hayes
is the one anomaly. I think he
he
had like 20 consecutive starts and stuff at times.
All I'm saying is there's a difference between guys being here and how they play.
Environment. Yeah, I give you that. Environment. Locker rooms, environments, head coaches.
Having more consistent playing time is a big deal. And it was very hiatus. Like there was a lot of breakage in his minutes. Same thing with Dyson at some points. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think the way with Dyson is more so how he's positioned. But for him to be a full-time starter, I mean, that's good stuff. I'm happy for him because he wasn't a full-time starter here with the Pelicans.
No.
You know,
he had some stretches, and I mean, it looked pretty damn good with him and Herb.
Yes.
I think they had like a
stretches,
a 10-2 win streak when they had that long time.
He's been starting for them since the season started. That's right. That's not a stretch. That's like, hey, I'm in the starting role.
No, he's going to be a starter because all the stuff that they gave up to get Murray out of there, that Jackson Hayes fits well next to Trey. So he's a big defensive guard that developed his 3-point shot. He's always been a smart dude, and Atlanta got a jewel there. Now we're looking at Jackson balling because our guy we got in the first game got hurt in the first game, and we haven't seen enough of DeJounte Murray. In his first game. So
probably 3 steals or something like that too. On top of that,
I forget it's been so long ago. But DC, right? let's kind of one more time.
Still got about 10, 12 more games, Q, without him. Before he even start to ramp up, huh?
Right, but one more time, man. One more time, man.
One more time, what?
Could you explain to me what happens in the game between the Pelicans?
Man, you crazy. You asking this question. I said we get our ass kicked. Like, you want me to describe how we get our ass kicked? Okay.
Yes.
We're going to go into the game, right?
He's probing. He needs you to probe that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to get DC all over the place.
Your answer.
I'm not all over the place. I just was talking about stuff that was actually important and entertaining other than
the
Pelicans right now. But we're going to go into the game, right? We're going to start the game. You know, guys, they're going to be passing the ball. We're going to hit a few shots. You're going to be like, oh, man, we might be able to do something. And then Jokic, you know, he's going to kind of flow through, catch his groove. He's going to get Eve Meese's in foul trouble. And then from there, Eve Meesey, you're going to get him in foul trouble.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, you know, when they switch to the subs, you know, us having no point guard, you know, Brandon Boston is – shout out to that brother. I appreciate his effort. Like his
line,
but he's not really a point guard, more combo guard. You could use him kind of there, but we can't rely on him as point guard. And then we're gonna be sitting here like we've been maybe the last 5 games, you know, and wondering like, damn, I wonder why we didn't bring Alfred Payton on the team. We still look like we could use a point guard right now. And they're gonna have a second unit out there, and nobody ain't gonna be able to get an entry pass like we saw today. We're going to start having turnovers. Nobody's going to be able to score because we're not going to have any scorers out there in the second unit. maybe Trey Murphy doesn't get in foul trouble. I think he might actually have a good game this time. But BI is gonna turn it on in second or the first half, and then get shut down in the second half. Like Lex talked about, it's pretty much been going on for like last 5 games. And then after that, we're gonna come out at halftime, and we're not gonna make any adjustments. And then the Nuggets are gonna really turn it up an extra notch because this is a championship team. They got like a few levels and octaves they can go, and then they're gonna turn it up.
I love it. I'm sorry.
By the end of the third quarter, we just gonna be looking at the TV like, damn, I wonder when the Pelican post game gonna start, because it ain't gonna be a chance in hell that we win the game. Going into the top of the fourth, we might have to score close if we really don't want to be embarrassed. But the Pels love to get embarrassed on national TV, so I think it'll probably be over by then. And then we're gonna come here and we're gonna do a show.
All right, thank you, DC. Appreciate that, Michael. Thank you also, Michael Morgan.
I gotta do a point. I gotta do the points too. You need me to do the points?
No, you're all right.
I'm gonna do the final score for you. It's gonna be like 130-99. There you go.
All right, Michael Morgan sits super chat. Willie making $3.5 million a year, shaking my head. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Get fucked too kind.
Yeah, I'm about to try to tell you, Michael.
Where you found that contract at, Michael?
Because they have not released the details of the
We've
contract.
been looking for that, bro.
Yeah.
Give us the link on that, man. We'll gladly put it up on the show and give you your respect, man.
All right, Lex. All right, Lex. Thank you, DC. Lex, coming to you.
He gonna dunk on somebody,
question.
Jay Carvello.
And Alfred Payton, according to the information, is on the Birmingham Squadron team, according to the information I got.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lex.
Along with Mekovic, who I really would like to see what his minutes look like instead of JRE, but I guess we'll never know.
Okay, Lex.
Yeah, I thought this comment was very important to go along with what DC was saying. But it ain't just gonna be him. It'll be the whole squad. Yeah, really, DC he read the script. I don't know if you read the script, DC, but I mean,
it's kind of burned in my brain from watching like the last 5 games. It's been like the same script,
See, I just summed it up with deja vu. But see, you went into detail, and I love that. That was beautiful. You had the intro, the middle, the ending, and the we
don't really have to talk about the ending. The ending it'd be over early.
But yeah, I mean, DC said it. And you said this is for the in-season tournament?
That's right. For the NBA Cup. It's the first game.
I have not seen any change. I have not seen any change of gear with this Pelicans team. And because of that right there, the first half, it's neck and neck. I think, that's kind of like the first round. Everybody getting a feel for how the match is going to go. But once that second half comes, and it's always the opponent team, once they go to another level of energy or just to that other gear, the Pelicans can't match it. I haven't seen it. Maybe some of you all would say, oh, well, Lex, they showed it in the first game against Chicago. Well, I mean, that was the first game, but we haven't seen it since then. So is that enough games to really determine like, hey, this team has another gear? To me, the answer is no. And because that lack of gear, they're not going to win this game. I hate to say it, but I like to be real and not, delusional and all that stuff. So I just feel like Denver is too experienced. Jokic. Do I need to say more? Jokic. That dude is a handful. Even when you do have a veteran big man, he's a handful. This team plays very well together. Russell Westbrook, he's really been coming out. Well, actually, I think he's starting now. But he's been it took him some time to really get acclimated, but he's really found his stride with this team. He changes the pace. He really gives them an energy boost. Really attacks the basket. We all know Westbrook's game. You know, I don't see an answer. I don't see an answer. I think from a hustling standpoint, just collective rebounds, like just hustling and getting out in transition, it really favors Denver right now. So we got a lot of praying to do for this team. We really do. Just we definitely ain't on the hopium. So we just got.
Wait, hold up, Lex. We not on the hopium. I think Willie Green got pounds of this shit.
Well, it ain't working. I don't know what's going on with that dude. He may be on something else. But yeah, I just deja vu, man. Deja vu all the way to, and then we're gonna come on PPR and talk about these losses. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can't help but to laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? That's the therapeutic part, y'all. So just kind of laugh about it, because until the organization makes a drastic change, I don't know if they care about the season. I really don't. But I'm looking at the fact that, and I sent this to you, Big Q. I want to point this out real quick. Right
you sent
now,
it just now?
No, I sent it to you on last night.
Oh.
Right now, the Pacers are 5-5. And they're the third seed in the East.
Say it again, Lex.
The Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers are 5-5, and they're third in the East. Okay. Dallas Mavericks are 5-5, and they're 11th in the West. Did everybody get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What place are we?
Okay. That's the punchline right there. That's my point. This hole that's being dug right now, and that's only going to get deeper, is really, really bad. Okay? It's really bad. Because even when DeJounte gets back, when Zion gets back, and we talked about this on Monday, DC, maybe this sign was, as far as Zion, him being out early instead of later, is a good thing. But then I was like, I don't know about that, because if the Pelicans can't win no games, the hole is gonna be so deep that when Zion gets back, it ain't like this team is gonna win 10 games in a row. Mm-hmm. They've never done it. They can't even get to 5 games in a row. So the thing is that it may be a possibility, but golly, where do you think the team is gonna be by the time DeJounte and Zion get back? Like, how in the hole do you think? And the West is stacked, guys. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks are 5-5. And you know what? Dallas actually looks good. I've watched their games. They actually look good. They've been losing a lot of close games, but the game could have went either way. And with Dallas, that's not a bad thing, because you have closers like Luka, like Kyrie. The dynamic of the team has changed because they moved some pieces out of the starting lineup. But it's like these guys are going to figure it out. So that's why when I'm looking at their games, they look confident. They look like they know what they're doing. They just have a few hiccups that they have to clean up. And Kyrie was saying, hey, we're going to get it. He's talking about, their chemistry just has to improve. But for them to be 5-5 and they're 11th and Pacers are in 3rd, that should give everybody a perspective on 20 games from now, what this is going to look like. Because it's going to be a huge gap.
Yeah.
That's a big hole. That's a big hole, man. I mean, y'all, you looking at the Pelicans may not make the play-in. And I didn't even want them in the play-in.
Now, the thing is, too, also is I can see the next 6 games they could lose because they don't. I mean, they just don't have enough, man. And then they don't play with the right intensity.
They don't have identity, and they don't have no offense sets.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to overcome without your necessary talent. Like you have a guy like Zion Williamson, who is hard to match up for because when he makes his mind up, he gets where he needs to go. He opens up opportunities for you when they're flowing. But man, the breakdowns in the defense, the just how they were turning the ball over. And I know these guys are like third stringers that rarely get opportunities to play. But you even though you see, that some of the IQ's not there, they don't communicate very well. Like when your boy got his ass knocked off on that screen. And, they don't communicate. Hey, man, watch out behind you, man. Screen, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that was Eves.
Eves, Mises, as DC calls him. But this is the thing, though, man. We have to be able to, the effort, man. It's just not a full-out effort. Like you'll see him do some stuff well in the first quarter, at the start of the first quarter, and then the effort fails. Like out of all of the stuff that happened in the matchup, the Pelicans just scored 38 points. Y'all know that's the sad point. They scored 38 points in the second half, not quarter, half.
Some people score 40 points in just.
They had a 38-point second half.
Those people have good coaches.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to overcome without your players, man. If people been saying they want Willie Green up out of here, the next 6 games I put the schedule up of the next 6 games at the Pelicans play. And then really after that, you don't have any guarantee that you'll beat Indiana or Toronto. So, I mean, those are the other teams outside of the 6. I put the 6 because that's a gauntlet right there. They could lose 11 straight games by the time they finally get some help or win a game. So it could be drastic. It could be very drastic. But yeah, last commentary before we get ready to leave. Lex.
There was a question that Jay. Yeah, I got a real question. What was Van Gundy doing to get Zion ready for games that nobody else can't seem to figure out?
I know exactly what he was doing.
Go on, DC.
They were practicing their ass off. They were doing 2-a-day practices like they used to do with the old school. And I think that made the difference.
And Zion loves that.
Because Zion wants to play basketball. He don't want
those who think Zion doesn't care about basketball, Zion loves to practice. But that's what Van Gundy was doing. He actually had real practices, not walkthroughs, practices.
And I think that's what got him fired, Lex.
Yeah.
Because I think this organization is against that.
And a lot of players don't like that.
Right.
Because it's an 82 game season. Think about that.
Not the organization.
Everybody
DC.
who always talks about,
what do you mean?
Zion not wanting to play and not being invested. The man loves to practice. He loves to practice.
The organization. He got control over it.
Go ahead, Lex.
No, it's just crazy because I feel like, there's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to Zion and, people making jokes about him and different things. But you know what, though? That dude loves to play. He really does. But that's something that a lot of coaches really don't do. They do walkthroughs. They don't really do a whole lot of like real practice. When I say practices, I'm talking about the traditional practices, not walkthroughs. Not walkthroughs. And that's a huge difference. Hey, once you start practicing, now it's like, well, how much does Brandon love the game? Not too much. He didn't want to practice. Okay. All right. So, I mean, come on, people.
I mean, but this might be necessary because, like we said, if Willie don't elevate his coaching ability, he's going to be in trouble. So, and
wait, he gonna be in trouble?
No, he's going to be in trouble. You
So
got to.
He's not in trouble right now.
He ain't in trouble now.
I don't think he's in trouble right now.
Well, I mean, looking at his body language, he looked like.
And what I mean, and when let me define trouble. What I'm defining trouble as is that the vice president of basketball operations isn't looking at Willie. Said, Willie, you got to turn this around. You might get fired. That's not going on because we know the propaganda ministry and the Doc Octopus who runs it for the Pelicans will end up spending the injuries as an excuse to protect him. Without Zion Williamson and all these guys here, such and such, we'll be patient and wait till we get our guys back and such and such. That's what they're going to do because the Pelicans have a ridiculous amount of injuries, and the rest of the NBA, we covered it on the Flash report. We talked about a report that they're all over the place. So they're covered from a national standpoint in terms of injuries. So don't
this sound like Lexxah, the deja vu?
No, I'm saying
shit with the Saints, man. Like,
but yeah,
how long you gonna use the injuries, bro? They've been having injuries for 6 years, Q.
I hear you, bro. I'm saying I'm not justifying that. What I'm saying is what they're going to tell the faithful. That's what they're going to do. And yeah, you're right because it's the same shit over and over again. But this is like with it's got a bit of finality to it. Willie's in his 4th year, and the excuses have a limit. Like 10 games down, you're going to be before you start really getting these guys back. Zion Williamson is listed as indefinite. So you might not see Zion Williamson until later this year, possibly early next year. Depends. So you'll get some of these other guys back. And then as soon as you get them back, they'll be under minute restriction, which means they'll have to play themselves into shape. They'll also have to kind of rework or refine themselves within whatever Willie has them got with what they're doing. So you're going to struggle there. So, I mean, it's not an out here. All they have to do is they got to stay on this course because this is the course they put them on. And if they're too bad, then Willie will get fired. No doubt about it. If they're too bad, Willie is going to get canned. So a lot of people are going to get their wish. And we knew this starting early, that Willie going to probably end up getting fired this year. Just like we seen it with Dennis Allen. We seen Willie Green. Borrego came back, man already in the building. And it's just a part of the game. Now, will they miss the play-in? Yeah, they'll be in a deep hole before they do anything. That's why I'm looking at them like, what are y'all doing?
How y'all gonna doubt the play-in champions out, bro? The Pelicans are perpetual play-in contenders, bro.
I'm saying, listen,
they gonna fight like hell to make the play-in, even if we should lose.
Let me add this too, Lex, and then I'm gonna turn it. Okay. Yeah, I get, but I'm saying on top of that, and this is the cap on it, right? So DC stopped the cap. But all I'm saying is
the only one wearing the cap.
Yeah, you stop the cap. Wow. All right. So anyway, this is the thing I'm saying.
The cap, you take your shit off. Then.
Why y'all go at it like some old grannies?
That's DC. That's DC with that foolishness, man. He got a rebel spirit in him, and
you
and a colorful good talk.
You popping shots at me, and then I'm the bad guy when I respond. Huh?
That's DC, man. DC has a rebel spirit and a colorful good talk. Anyway, listen, man. All I can say is this, man, is that they got a time frame that they got to operate within, and it's time. There is no more Willie Green beyond this year. This team has to ascend. They have to get into another level, or people gonna just start dropping off. They're gonna stop supporting the Pelicans. Same thing with whatever's going on with the Saints. The energy's there. It's being implied. The energy was so on code with the Saints that they forced literally reports are saying this, and we had a lot to do with it, that it forced the ownership to fire the coach, the support base. They had a hand in that over the general manager and vice president, which is the same cat, didn't want to do it, and she did it based on what the supporters want. So this is the same person. So it's not beyond realm of possibility that this will happen with Willie Green. He's in the same boat in many aspects as the Saints' former coach is. This team has a mandate to win and a timeline. He has to make this work. If he doesn't, they're going to get from up under him, or people going to start dropping off, not watching these Pelicans, going to the game. They'll watch the games, but not going to them. Go ahead, Lex. You got the floor.
I wanted to go a little bit deeper with Jay Carvel, what he was saying. I don't know if y'all noticed, but a lot of stars are down. They're not playing. I think it's funny because Stan Van Gundy, I think a year ago, he tweeted this. KD actually responded to him. But he was like, it's interesting how, players are going down, but we have these emphatic performance teams and training staffs and medical staffs. These are things that you have in place right now, but you didn't have these back in, Jordan's day. You didn't have these big teams like this. But back in those days, guys were lasting a whole lot longer. They were more durable. You didn't hear about a lot of injuries. But nowadays you're hearing just about a lot of injuries. And why is that? Why is that? These guys are not ready for the season. I'm going to talk about what Antonio Daniels said. He was commentating on one of the games. And he talked about how he was with the Spurs. And he said, like, one thing when he was playing, they played a month of going through practice 2-a-days for a month. That was their training camp, their preseason, everything. Training camp nowadays, it lasts for like 2 weeks, and then you're going into preseason. Back then, they actually had a month preparing for the rigors of an 82-game season. That's why they're so durable. That's why they were so durable. Because they prepped. They actually did the proper preparation of building, building up these guys, having them ready for an 82-game season. 2 weeks is not going to do it. And that's what the problem has been. It's not hard. Ask yourself, why back in the day were they so durable compared to now? These performance teams ain't doing nothing. These medical staffs are not doing anything. It has nothing to do with them because they didn't have them back then. They didn't have them. These guys practice. For 1 month, they put in major work so they could be ready for an 82-game season. That's all this is. You have to build. Look, you can't resting your body is important. It is very important. But the way these guys are resting, the resting is crippling. The resting is crippling. Their body hasn't built up enough strength to be sustainable. So I look at all this stuff right now, and it's really sad that, like, there's a lot of stars that are out right now, like around the league. Like they're struggling. And it's funny because, I don't understand why they took that time away, but I think that's the first thing that y'all need to do. 2 weeks is not going to do it and going straight into preseason. It's not. I don't know how many people got a hamstring strain. Zion ain't the only one, y'all. Tyrese Maxey, he's got a hamstring strain. Shoot, Alvarado went out with one. Golly, I'm trying to. I think KD, he has a calf strain. Everybody dealing with some type of a strain. It's like the preparation for the season has to change. They need to go back to how it used to be. They really do. And they'll be surprised how much guys are more durable.
The league ain't trying to hear less games mean less money. They facing the big contract.
More practice time to build up, because you have to go at it. you're getting prepared for war.
That's a collective bargaining situation because a lot of that's based on the CBA agreement that the teams themselves agreed upon.
Well, that's why there's problems. That's why there's problems, and this is going to continue until they make that adjustment. But I mean, that right there, like y'all, look, you have to build the muscle memory. You have to build it up.
So let me ask you this, Lex. In DC,
I don't know what they do in football, but hey,
no, it's crazy in that too. But let me throw this at both y'all because you mentioned the injuries, and this is a big part because I don't know too many teams that's really dealing with the amount of injuries the Pelicans are currently dealing with. It's just really ridiculous. What say you got a person like Amy Atmore who had real progress with the Pelicans injury situation last year when she first stepped on the scene. She did a lot of positive stuff. This year, not so much. It almost like it went back to what it was prior to her getting here, when there was times when we had 7-8 guys sitting on the bench.
Their bodies ain't ready.
So how do we fix this? You say more practice time?
Yes, you have to get your body ready for an 82-game season. Do you do that by resting a lot? No, you have to play.
That's not conducive to
Silver's practice.
Silver's NBA because his thing was to have a game on every day.
No. Practicing harder and having a game on every day, I don't think that matters. A lot of this should have started like during training camp. During training camp, they need way more practices than they get. You know what I'm saying? And when you get into the league, you know, when you have those breaks, you know, if you have an off day, then yeah, you do some 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Or you do more practicing. Because I just don't think, like Lex was saying, their bodies are built for it. You don't have enough callus, man. Like if you ever worked out when you first start, you might only be able to work out 2 or 3 times a week because you're sore, right? Then after a while, you notice working out 2 or 3 times a week, you ain't sore no more. Then you can start working out like every day, get up to 6 times a day. And then some people actually start working out 2 times a day. You know, your body responds to what you throw at it.
You see, you talk like you know what you're talking about. Continue.
And within reason, once you build up those muscles,
yes, sir,
in that capacity, now it's a level of finding the perfect time to rest, but also still go hard sometimes to maintain that.
Oh,
so it's a lot easier to maintain it. So I agree with Lex's point. Like, training camp should be extremely hard. You should be gassed. You should be thinking, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You should be limping out of there. So by the time they get to the season, man, a regular season game should seem easy. Yeah, just like boxing, Q. You know, a lot of boxers, they box 12 rounds, right? The really great boxers, when they don't have a fight like immediately coming up, because they use that time to rest.
They go 15
But when they're in their 15, man, some of them might do 2 15, right? They might box 2-3 different people.
That's true too.
And without a break. You know, so they're gonna push themselves to the extreme. So when you actually go through a 12-round fight, that is easy.
That's right.
So
DC, we might have to hire you down there, brother.
We're not doing that, man. But that takes you know, some level of forethought. That takes some type of strategy. That takes a little planning, and that also takes some want-tos, some nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta man up, bro, and stop babying everything. Like these are men. Yeah, these ain't no boys. Like we treat them like, oh, these young guys and these no, guys, they're men.
We're gonna have to send DC down there, man. DC, get your medicine bag, bro, and everything. We're gonna send you down there.
Nowadays are just more fragile than ever. In the 90s, it wasn't like this. It was not like this. To early 2000s, you know, you can even think about, you know, Kobe. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. And they even said it.
Especially this year.
This is the first time, you all, that this has happened to this magnitude.
Yeah, they tracking it too. It is. They got all the data on it.
Trying to figure out. It's like
they're not going to court. They're not going to
understand history a little bit more.
Lex, they're not going to course correct until the season is over with. They're just going to deal with
bodies
it.
are fragile and they're not ready. They need to make training camp a month. Go back to that. Antonio Daniels talked about it with the Spurs. He said that that's how they did it. And guys were not getting hurt because their muscles and their ligaments and anything else you can think of, okay? Their calves, their hams, their quads, they were ready to go. Their rotator cuffs, they were ready to go. They were strong. They were durable. And they stayed in the game. And
So
not only that, you build up a stronger mentality. Like, hey, say you get hit. Nah, I'm gonna stay in. I can handle it. You know why? Because your body has gone through the preparation. Look, think about it in the Army. They're just not going to send you out in the battlefield. What are they going to do? They're going to make sure that you are ready and you are trained and you are ready to go. Right? I mean, do they just send military and soldiers out into the battlefield? Yeah, go survive. 2-week training. All right, you guys are ready. Is that what they do?
Not if they want to win.
I mean, I don't know. Like anybody in the Army or have family members. I mean, is that what
you go through boot camp. You go to boot camp.
And how long does that last?
Shit, I don't know. Weeks. You go in there, you got to learn.
Okay,
You got to.
So it's fair to say that's more than 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. It's the same thing with football, with basketball, with anything. You have to prep your body. You got to prep your body. And I'm looking at the Pelicans. Look, out of everybody, right now, they have the poorest preparation. Everybody's body's weak. Their bodies aren't ready.
It's gonna be an interesting season, man. Pelicans got a lot of people out, man. Like we said, Zion Williamson's out indefinite with that left hamstring. Jordan Hawkins, according to and this was on November 8th, is to miss 1 to 2 weeks due to a lower back strain. Jose Alvarado was announced Tuesday.
It ain't been 2 weeks already?
That was November the 8th, DC.
Man,
when they reported on it.
Hell.
No, that's not 2 weeks.
When did
That's not 2 weeks.
When are these guys starting to come back, man? When was
DC? If you let me go, well, I'm trying to go through the injury report right now, brother.
Say the important part. Say when they was hurt, so we know when they can come back.
If you just allow me, I asked you to get your goddamn medicine bag.
Hurry up!
Yeah, I asked you to get your medicine bag.
Come on, you're wasting time.
Can I talk?
Stop throwing your stupid jabs and hurry and read.
He wants you to play his good what ukulele. Is that what it is?
Lex called it a ukulele.
Lex got it.
Ukulele.
Play your goddamn ukulele, DC. That's right.
Your ukulele. Play your ukulele.
Well, stop saying Macy's.
Macy's rhymes with feces. That's DC. That's how DC got it figured out.
Look, purposely and accidentally.
Yeah, I can only call him Macy's on nights where he play like shit. How about that?
Man, didn't play like that, dog.
I know. That's why I got to get his name right. He's been playing awesome. The last 2 games, man, he was probably one of the bigger bright spots that we had. Well, the biggest bright spot when you really think about it.
Okay, now DC, let me go ahead on and finish.
Doubles back to back, man. Messi, go Yeeves.
Right.
We can't say go Pels, go Yeeves. 1, 2, 3, go Yeeves. All right, go ahead, Drew.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right. Continue.
Okay. All right.
Appreciate everybody in the chat, and watching. If you all could press that like button, we greatly appreciate it.
That's right. Talk to us, please.
That's right. Appreciate Lex dropping some game, letting them all know. All right. So anyway, like we said, DeJounte Murray, his update originally was up October the 25th. The 25th. It was a successful surgery and 4 to 6 weeks from that time frame. So that's him. CJ McCollum, that was announced. His injury was announced the same time as Herb Jones on November the 1st. diagnosed with a right adductor strain and expect to miss 2 to 3 weeks.
Wait,
That was on the
that's
adductor.
your shoulder, or is that your abdomen?
Huh?
Abductor? Where's the
I think you just Google it on your phone, DC, and just let us know.
So you don't know. We finally found something you don't know.
I'm just trying to get through the injury report, brother.
Cool. Yeah, you don't know. Just say you don't know.
I'm just trying to get through the injury report right here, bro. That's all I'm trying to do.
You can't get through the injury report with it not on the screen, bro. You got
my bad. My bad, bro.
On the corner in the French Quarter.
My bad.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. All right, so my bad, DC. I'm sorry. CJ McCollum, Pelicans announced. Okay, so right abductor strain, expect to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Jones expected to miss a minimum of 2 to 4 weeks after sustaining a right shoulder strain and a small low-grade partial thickness tear in his rotator cuff. That was November the 1st. His time frame is 2 to 4 weeks. CJ is 2 to 3 weeks. Now, DC, I'm telling you all this now. You work on the calendar now. Well, I'm telling you this way, this will put us where we need to be. All right.
Just go back to what you went through on ESPN.
Jordan, no, I'm saying this so you break out the calendar and pan it forward.
The
hip.
It's your hip.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So DC, now, like I was saying, brother.
See, that's what smart people do. They go get the answer. Thank you, Lex.
Well, I told you to do it and you didn't do it. So what's that telling you?
Shut up.
All right. So, hold on, Lex. Hold on, Lex.
I'm quick to go learn.
Do me a favor, Lex, because DC obviously is on run punch tonight. Could you pull up the calendar? We're gonna kind of span ahead and look at the dates of these injuries and see what in times of references where they are in terms of the calendar date. All right, let's start with the DeJounte Murray. Right, the original notification was October the 25th. They said 4 to 6 weeks. Right now, October the 25th, 4 to 6 weeks. Let's span and say 6 weeks out from October the 25th. What date is that? Around what time frame is that?
Oh, you said okay.
October the 25th. DC, get your damn phone, man. Help out. Get off that goddamn run punch and get your ass on the calendar.
Run punch.
He trying to cheat.
What is he talking? Why are you trying to shame me, bro? Like
I'm saying, bro, could you get on your calendar and help us out? We're trying to do some work and we're trying to figure it out. We try to get something.
Microphone. Chill out.
Cool. We need to get this stuff together. We're trying to find a time frame right here. What we need to do here to get this stuff together. Oh, my bad. Sorry, DC.
They need to stop doing this. That looks so weird. They know that now. Dreads is like a deep cultural thing, man. I mean, come on. They gotta make that make sense.
Say, bro, you know what make it funny? He don't have an ounce of melanin in him.
He sure don't. He sure don't. See, that is a fraud right there.
That's one of DC students, man.
All right, that was actually funny.
That's one of his students. That's hurtful, man. Come on now.
Oh, Lex, focus. We got to get this stuff. We got to do this.
That is so out of the way of your culture, dog.
DC laughing.
Why they do that?
Like it looked like they just took and put some rubber bands in his hair and just sectioned it off. Oh man,
DC, bro, that's one of your students, man. Cut it out. All right, listen. All right, so listen, man. We need some help out here because DC's going crazy. Alexis coughing.
So the 25th, you got.
Hey, let's go.
Say 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes.
So, let's see. So November 27th till the 3rd, that make 1 week, 2 weeks. We're in our 3rd week, basically. So we still got a lot more pain and suffering to go.
All right, hold on. Just give me a date. Give me a date.
The Pelicans will probably be giving us an update, I would say, around the 22nd of November. So maybe next week they might mention something. If he's going to come back early, they'll talk about him ramping up. If not, then we won't have a date until, probably like the 5th or the 6th of December.
Okay, so November.
And you know how it works. They give us these timelines, then we got to take another additional 2 weeks.
Right.
To ramp up. So,
that's fine. All I'm trying to get to is
DeJounte will be back before Christmas.
Okay, so November the 22nd to between December the 6th in terms of DeJounte Murray. All right, let's go to CJ
No, no,
McCollum.
no.
Right?
As far as him coming back, I would say between the 13th and the 20th of December, sometime. If he come back early, maybe as early as the 6th of December, maybe.
I'm just keeping it simple in terms of an update. Like,
Man, you gotta talk about it from the Pels standpoint, man.
so what are you saying, bro? What's the date you
Okay,
saying?
if we want to look at the dates and we want to look at it,
I'm
like
writing this shit down with ink, man. I gotta scratch it out because you changing it up. You're
well, I
messing up
mean,
my paper over
because
here. Shit.
we on Pelicans time. If we did it like how regular teams do it, then I could just say the first number. The second set of numbers is for Pelicans time.
All right, DC, come on, brother.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead on. All right, so anyway, what it is it again? It's December what?
I say around this December 5th to 6th, bro. We should be hearing something.
All right, I got that. Okay, let's move. Let's go back. Let's move on to CJ McCollum. The November the 1st was when we got the update on CJ McCollum. Right abductor strain, 2 to 3 weeks. That was
before Thanksgiving. Mr. McCollum should be back before Thanksgiving. We should be hearing about some ramping up or something around, maybe anywhere from the 15th to the 20th. They should be talking about him possibly coming back.
All right. Shout out to Denzel Allen. Shout out to you, bro, for being listening on in. Shout out to you. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to Jay Black as well. Good to see Jay Black in there. Much love. Yo, Kevin, the rest of you guys. Appreciate you for being here. Blue Jay, shout out to you. Time to wave the Cooper flag. Okay, all right. All right, so let's go to the next one. Herb Jones, fam. Herb Jones was announced the same time as CJ McCollum, DC, 2 to 4 weeks where we are.
I don't know, man. He got a tear in his shoulder. Q, I find it hard to believe.
Right shoulder strain and small, low grade, partial thickness tear and rotator cuff. Yes, 2 inches.
He got a tear in his rotator cuff, bro.
That's what it says. So
what
they
was
say
what was the day again? The same as the first is
2
CJ?
2 to 4 weeks.
I put her back pretty much coming back with DeJounte. They buddies, so they probably gonna be on the same timeline, man. I mean, 2 weeks from the first would be the 15th. So if it was 2 weeks, we should be hearing something around Friday, and him going up into a ramp up period. I don't think he coming back at the same time with CJ. So I'll put him in December, man. I think it's gonna take the full 4 weeks, if not a little more. It's a tear in his rotator cuff, man. That ain't something that that takes a while, bro. And then to repair that, like tearing your rotator cuff, you kind of can't do anything, like with that actual muscle. You gotta like not shoot. He gotta not, raise his hands up. He gotta like rest it. You can still run, I guess, hopefully. But yeah, I think that one gonna be a while, bro. So we're looking at the same timeline with DeJounte, in my opinion. So that's got to be around first week of December, second week of December.
All right. Jordan Hawkins is the next guy. Jordan Hawkins announced on November the 8th, and he's supposed to miss between 1 to 2 weeks.
Him and CJ gonna come back together right around Thanksgiving or before, or right before, or like maybe a week before Thanksgiving. So
you get shooters back
Hawk, like next week. Yeah, Hawk and CJ, we should be hearing something next week. If not then definitely the week of Thanksgiving.
All right, let me get the last one.
Jose ain't never coming back. It's the All-Star break.
Well, they hold on. He said 3 weeks.
Jose and Zion, 3 weeks, man, 6 weeks.
Announced Tuesday.
He got the hamstring. It's 4 to 6 weeks.
Left strain reevaluated in 3 weeks. They're gonna look at it in 3 weeks. So you say
2
what?
months. 2 months. It's 6 weeks, bro. And a ramp up. So
give me a date.
Him and Zion on the same timeline. Let's see. Where did I put us? You talking? What was the date he got hurt?
November the 12th.
The 12th. Okay. Let's see.
Jose.
Yeah, that put him probably about the second week of January, man. So he's like the 6th of January or something. Jose might be coming back, and Zion maybe around the same time frame.
Okay. All right, and of course, let's the last big chip is Mr. Zion Williamson. So hold on, you say around him. What date is that again, DC? For
I
Jose?
said around January 6th.
That's an interesting date. All right, so Zion Williamson.
Why? What's so interesting about that day?
Let's stay on mission, DC. Pelicans announced
Okay.
November the 9th, right? Williamson diagnosed with left hamstring strain will be out indefinitely. Where do we believe Zion Williamson comes back?
Before the All-Star break. With Zion, you just add an extra month to whatever they told you. I mean, technically, if we want to count the weeks, say 4 to 6 weeks, right? So it's definitely going to be 6 weeks. Because I don't even know why they put the 4 up there. They should have just said 6 to 8. So the 9th, you got 16th, 23rd, 30th. So that's 3 weeks. 7, 14. That's another 3 weeks. So, I mean, technically, he should be back like around Christmas. If they was telling the truth. But you got to add like another 3.5, 4 weeks of ramping up with Zion. So that's going to put you. Maybe you can make it for Martin Luther King Day. Maybe. And if you have a setback, then when's the All-Star game? If he has a setback, then, it'll just be like after the All-Star break. But all jokes aside, man, all you got to do, Q, look at the schedule and count the games. Because Zion, I think it's these game marks. Like if he plays 61 games, he gets this much money. If he can't play 61, then it's 41 games. He gets this much money. He doesn't get paid if he misses so many games. So all we got to do is look at his contract. And we always talk about, man, Zion don't be fighting to get out there. Shit. You start cutting into that money. Well, watch out. I bet you he'd be out there. Well, so where's the 61 game mark missed for him? What game would that be? That would be easier to calculate when he'll be back. Because they're going to try to baby him along, man. And we don't want it to happen again and all of this stuff, even though that shit don't never work. That's what they do. So they're going to have him out the maximum amount of time. You can have him out in hopes that that'll make it better, but it's really not helping. I think actually we need to go a different route and kind of push it right before the limit and then back off and kind of do that with him. But when would he be missed more than 20-some games? Because I think that's really the benchmark for Zion. Once he getting close to where he won't be able to have them 61 games played, that's messing up his money. So he gonna be trying to get back. Then the next mark after that, like I said, would be 41 games played. So I don't see him missing that 41 games played this year mark. Might be able to make the 61, maybe.
Yeah, that's the push on indefinite, man, with the hamstring issue. So next year,
so far he's played.
I'm gonna just put 2020. I'm gonna just say 2025. DC.
That's definitely 2025.
2025 is what I'm looking at. To be honest with you,
if Zion raising hell and he really wants to get back and turn the season around, he can be back before Christmas.
Well, they might need him based on what the Pelicans do now, because they are most certainly, in my opinion, and I'm not being negative, but I'm being real. The next six games are very tough matchups, very difficult games against teams that are playing really well right now. You got Lakers, you got Denver, you got Dallas, you got Cleveland, you have Golden State, and before you get a team like Indiana and Toronto. So they have a lot of difficult matchups coming up, man. So it's going to be interesting to say the least with all these guys. But like we just did that right quick, just to give like a look at if we got any relief for some of our guys. And, it looks like the closest ones we'll see coming back is CJ McCollum and Jordan Hawkins.
And
those are the next ones.
These teams, they going to be looking, especially if they're coming off of losses to another team. Shoot, who we got next? Pelicans.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. We about to get that win and get back. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be so much motivation.
Just
because it's like, if another team is coming off of a loss and they desperately need a win, the Pelicans are going to be like, oh, thank you, Pelicans. Oh, you're a blessing. I'm so glad you're next. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, it's barbecue chicken. It's barbecue chicken. Everybody going to be licking their chops.
And this all and all this. Well, not to cut you off, Lex, because you bring up an interesting point. Because I do like barbecue chicken, but not in this time in this reference. But the thing that really and brought some interest is with all this going on, how this is impacts Brandon Ingram's situation. With all of the injuries, this has to impact it in a major way. So what y'all thoughts on that before we close out? DC?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Okay. Put your rum punch down, man. I asked the question, how does all this injury situation that's going on with the Pelicans, how does it impact Brandon Ingram, his trade situation? How does it impact? Because that's something that's on the table.
Did you want to go, DC?
Well, I mean, you can go first if you want to, Lex. I couldn't hear him over all the dumbass shit he said before.
I mean, right now, Brandon has a grand opportunity. Right now, all eyes are on him. All eyes are on him. Like, hey, show us why you deserve that money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, in technical terms, he is the star out there, right?
Right.
He is the guy who has the most accolades out there on the floor out of anybody and everybody. So right now, this is kind of like his moment, like his time to shine. Like, you need to show us why you deserve that money. I know it sounds kind of weird because obviously you do need, the right help around you. But at the same time, it is like, are you that guy? Are you making your teammates around you, are you making them better? Are you really, are you showing that, hey, you really want to win? Are you doing those small details? I mean, I've seen a lot in these games. I mean, and we talked about earlier, just as far as with his performance. But I can tell you right now, showing up in the first half and then scoring in the previous game, you scored 2 points. And in this game, you scored 3 points in the second half. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it, dude. Like, this is kind of like your moment. Like, the ball is going into your hands. And obviously he doesn't have any help from Willie as far as, Willie running plays for him or anything like that. Willie still hasn't figured out, and I don't think Brandon has either, as far as them doubling him in the second half, because basically it's like a shutout. But I'm looking at this whole situation. It's like, dude, you need to show why you deserve that money, because now there's no Zion out there. There's nobody else. It's just you. It's just you. And it may seem hard, but that contract, would everybody consider that to be like a superstar type contract, right?
What, $50 million?
Yeah.
The beginning stages of a superstar contract, yes.
Okay, so isn't that how he needs to play?
Yeah.
What he needs to demonstrate, no matter who's out there? And so that's how I kind of look at it now. I just don't think, I mean, injuries, I mean, you're healthy, dude. I mean, it's like, though, that's what superstars do. That's like the definition. So this is the perfect time to, kind of prove that to everybody. Now, if he's doing that, I'll kind of leave that up to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how he's feeling. It seems like he's healthy. He's still playing out there, but like right now, like I don't feel like he's playing like that type of contract. So I mean, it's like you're basically displaying your talents right now to every team in the league. You're trying to convince the GMs of other teams that you deserve that money. And if you all were in the position, everybody in the chat, everybody listening, if you all are in the position of a GM and you're looking at Brandon's performance in all these games, how do you feel? Do you feel like he's living up to par? Like he's really showing that? Because it's like all eyes are on him,
Yeah, I basically see this negatively impacting BI's playoff stock. Well, trade stock, not playoff stock, because he, to me, has proven that while he can be that guy to some extent, he's not that guy. And when I say he's not that guy, I mean, he'll never be Kevin Durant. He'll never be Devin Booker. He'll never be, one of those top 20 or so players that can really win you a game just by themselves. How many times have we seen BI go out and just single-handedly win us a game? That ain't what he do. He's more in the Chris Middleton, kind of tier, DeMar DeRozan. These guys are really good players too, but I just don't see anybody wanting him for 50 million, far as what he's shown and what you would expect him to do. And although I know a lot of that is, it probably could look different, with a different coach or a different team. Maybe we'll be like, damn, BI really was that guy. But at least what we're seeing here, well, what we have, he not. And his probably disdain or rebelliousness for some of the stuff that he's being asked to do, shows on the court of him wanting to do what he wants to do, because he don't really fully buy into whatever philosophy Willie Green kicking. So that has a part to do with it, but it's still like it's hard to trade a dude who won 50 million and you expecting to get something back. And on a night where you get to avenge a team that basically knocked you off the rails or as getting your money, you go out and put up 10 points at halftime and another 8 points after halftime. And everybody else out there wasn't even a starter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're doing nothing to help your case, man. And I think once he's a level above Anthony Simons.
That's so disrespectful.
Even his baby mama know that. That's wow, that's crazy. But
shout out to Josh.
that's wild, Josh. But yeah, even with all that being said, until CJ comes back and Hawk, he needs a little more, man. If he have a little more, then I think he can continue to raise his trade stock. But as far as this rash of injuries, man, and if they come back and we still continue on that trajectory, I can see, like I said, man, a situation where we don't trade BI at all, and he rides out the season, and we wind up either re-signing him to try to trade him again later, or we don't get nothing.
All right.
He's taking more threes, but at the same time, man, it's like crazy. Like you can't level it all out. Like he's taking more threes, but at the same time, it's like he's more passive or less aggressive. And Lex talked about it with the adjustments other teams making to him, where they doubling him. But I mean, at some point, man, regardless if they doubling me or not, like I know Willie ain't helping you. He's just telling you got to figure it out. But if you're a superstar, you kind of got to figure it out, because we can't win if you take 18 shots. Even if you shoot 24 and 7, It ain't gonna be 24-7 every night, especially right now, man. There's nobody else to take the shots. You have to. You like Kobe, you watch Kobe, like he need to go out there and do his impersonation of Kobe. This is the time when you're supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody would be mad if we left away from this game and Brandon Ingram was 5 for 15 from 3-point line, and then he took another 15 shots in the paint. Nope, and we lost. Nobody would be complaining about him taking too many shots or whatever. Like, you have nothing to lose. Like, I don't understand why he's not playing like he got nothing to lose. Maybe it just ain't the want to because of Willie or whatever. I don't know if it's not in him. I don't know what it is, but he got to do it. He got to do it. If he does that or BI flips a switch, because I know a lot of people, like I said, wanted BI going for a center, people say he ain't that guy, and then some people say he do. BI is on Instagram posting Tony Montana tweets talking about that's I'm the bad guy or something like that. I forgot, that Tony Montana speech he does in the restaurant. He's like, you need people like me. So you can point your finger and say, that's the bad guy. So would that make you good? He's quoting that. But, man, he need to go out there and embody all of that in his game, man. Flip a switch. And if you see dudes you've been passing to the last 6 games and they ain't going to make it, man, put it up. Javante wasn't hitting shit. I'd rather him not taking the game-winning shot the other day, even though he's wide open. It's just like, I just want to see BI fighting for it, bro. And I think that's what other teams want to see too. Like, you really putting your foot on their neck to the best of your ability. Okay, we lost, but BI had 45 though. You know what I'm saying?
And
okay, it took him 36 shots, but so what? He had 45.
All right. There you go, DC. Appreciate that, brother. All right, Lex, quickly before we close out, what you think?
I was just going to say, I mean, that's what you see a lot, when, with a lot of stars, they will have, 30, 35, 40, 45 point games, and nobody else may have like 20 points on a team, but that's the type of noise that you would have to make. If you're talking about, a superstar type money, you have to do superstar like things. And I mean, everything's in the pudding, man. I mean, it's like you got to show that. I think my biggest thing is like, like I was saying earlier, as far as just with his hustle, and we saw it. I know you all saw a whole bunch of just different plays where it was just really laid back. There was no effort there at all. Like, you just kind of really just stop playing. You know what I'm saying? It was like a cold turkey, just stop playing and everything. It's like, yes, you're losing, but golly, I mean, you don't go down without a fight. You know what I'm saying? You in the battlefield, you get shot. Hey, man, I got a family at home. We getting out of here. Come on, let's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, are you just going to lay there and bleed and just die out? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make any type of effort to try to survive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, survival instincts have to kick in at some point in time. And so, it's like by this being, he's been vocal about wanting that money. It's like, yeah, dude, you got to show it in your actions. You got to show it in your actions. And so, I mean, that's really where that is. I mean, even though we've seen teams where, like, for instance, with North Carolina, we've seen many a times where LaMelo Ball would put up great numbers, but his team lost. But you know what you get out of that? Man, LaMelo played his butt off. He gave them a chance to win. He came with it. You know what I'm saying? And that was what last season, that was before he went down. And they were losing. But now, obviously, they have a better coach. You know what I'm saying? Oh goodness.
Charles
Isn't
Lee's
that
good.
interesting how it comes back to that title right there?
Gives you a shot.
Yeah, he has a better coach, and you know, they're playing well. Charlotte is playing well right now.
Right.
And he's back. Actually, they say that he's putting up more threes and much more efficient than I think Steph and I want to say Devin Booker. But they had his stats up there like he's really trying to make a statement on this season. I mean, that's the type of edge and that it factor that you have to come in with. Like you got to come with a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And those are the things that have been missing. Those are the biggest things that have been missing with Brandon, man.
Man, Lex, DC, man, it's been a depressing. We try to make it as fun as we can for you. But let's get a little music here before we leave out of here, DC. Let's get some good feel-good music, bro. Let's leave them happy.
I bring air for enough generation. They want just to feel it's it puff it up, pump this in out your head.
Oh, you can him help that dog?
Oh, okay. I didn't understand none of the other words. You probably have a woman because you got a window on your door right there, but.
Show his movie premiere. Highlights from that.
Okay,
where's the bass at?
I saw you smile.
That dude is very talented, man. That dude a one-man band, bro. Man, I never heard that rendition of one woman.
He got your sunglasses on.
DC, what do you think he do with the money that he makes from playing his guitar? What do you think he do with that?
I don't think he make no money. I'm looking in the back of that window right there, and I don't see shit in that house that say money.
You think
I don't think he makes any money.
You think the money goes up in smoke?
I don't think he makes it.
Okay.
Very talented.
DC's a very talented person.
That ain't me.
Okay, listen, leave. Listen, shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for being in the stream tonight, man. Try to bring a little laughter to the stream, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Listen, man, right now we in the throes of a 6-game losing streak. Next team is Denver. Friday. So we'll open up the phone lines for the family members to chime in as well, man.
We're gonna be here
Oh my
night,
gosh.
Nah, we can't. We ain't gonna be all night, man.
Oh God! Look, I could already hear Jay Black and Don and Stacy.
It's not Willie's fault. Jay Black gonna come here and defend it, Willie. We gotta make sure we give him fair criticism. Jay Black gonna be on us, man.
That's right. Get on to Jay Black. Make sure they hold that shit right.
The whole team sucks. They just ain't doing it. Just blow up the whole team. You know what I'm saying? There's criticism for
but the injuries, Lex. The injuries.
All right, we're gonna get ready to get on.
So
appreciate the family members for joining.
Right
That's
now.
right, Josh. The Tyson fight is on Friday, and hopefully it'll be very short and it'll go very quickly. In the words of Donald Trump.
Let's go, Mike.
All right. So with that being said, we're gonna get out on that. We appreciate
New Orleans because you got more fight than New Orleans.
Please feel free to hit the like button.
He already like 60 years old. He got more fight than this 20-something years old.
Hit the
he has more fight.
The guy's a YouTuber, bro. Come on.
Oh man.
He got a no knockout clause. That referee gonna stop that before he knocks him out.
Who got a no knockout clause?
They ain't gonna let that guy get knocked out.
Got a no knockout
you
clause?
best believe he ain't gonna let him get knocked out. Referee gonna stop.
I ain't looking for it that much.
These are not real.
This is an exhibition.
It's an exhibition fight. It's not a real fight. That's why they invite that man to go fight for real. He never wants to go fight in actual fighting because he wants to control every little aspect of that. It's an exhibition with him controlling the rules.
Okay, but he want to win though.
He wants to win. He lost before, but at the same time, that's how he built it. He tries to build a reputation on people hating him to want them to get knocked out. That's something similar to what Mayweather was doing, where people just was watching Mayweather fight so that he lose and he never lost. Because he would talk his shit. He would talk his shit. He would talk all this stuff, and people wanted to hated him for popping off, and they wanted to see Mayweather eventually get knocked out. Oh, AD.
Yeah,
AB was.
Everybody want to see him knock out.
Yeah, AB was kind of on some other stuff, but yeah, he eventually got his issue. So they did kind of he did eventually get knocked out. Yeah, so poor. Yeah, but anyway, with that being said, we're gonna get out on that, man. Jay Black in the comment section, y'all, and he Jay Black, he gonna be on.
Go, Mike.
He gonna be ready, man.
I'm gonna pause. We gotta support our brother. Let's go,
so anyway,
Mike.
so with that being said, we're gonna get out on that. Listen, we appreciate y'all for hollering on the show. So listen, see y'all later. Much love to y'all. Appreciate you. All right.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.